We are on. Mhm. All right. So, welcome. Today, I have a very good friend, Francis Torsoo. Way back from university. He's an engineer. He's a business. He's done a lot of businesses, projects. He will tell us about them and the journey that he has gone through, the good side, the bad side, transitioning from being an engineer to building a business in our country and wherever he has been. So, Francis, welcome. I would want you to tell us about yourself, and then we pick it from there.
Oh, okay. Daku, long time.
Yes, sir.
We are in the country together, but we only call each other because of the COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And we normally share ideas all the time. Anyway, I may say I'm Francis Torsoo.
Yes.
I did civil engineering in the University of Science and Technology, Kwabena and Marie University of Science and Technology, where
Yes, sir.
I met people like Daku, and we call each other entrepreneurs. Way back at school,
Yes.
way back at school, we try to do what we can do in terms of taking opportunities at the university as whilst we are still learning.
That's right.
I remember at the university, though I did civil engineering, I remember the late Professor Andam.
Yes, Andam.
Yes. Introduced us to computer-aided design. That is AutoCAD.
Yeah.
And in our third year, Professor Andam said nobody should use the hand in drawing again.
Okay.
So it became a door of opportunity, window of opportunity to utilize that because it was fresh. That was when AutoCAD was introduced to the university in those days. Yes, that is where I saw opportunity there and quickly look for a plotter. Those times, the plotter is not common. And then also decided to learn the AutoCAD to its fullest. So I might say during third year, I was basically not going to lectures again. I take notes from people and learn because I wanted to learn AutoCAD so deep that I can teach the rest of the students.
Wow.
So that I can also help them draft their work for project work and all that, if they need drawings and all. So I was drawing for the mechanical engineers, the electrical engineers, cut across.
Wow.
And at the same time, printing for some of the lectures. And then the architecture classes too. So it was an opportunity there at the time. So I must say, those are some of the things we did. Myself too, I'm an artist, so I did some collage here and there. Yeah. I did this veneer collage. So there before the university. So basically at the university, I fend for myself throughout. I was not relying on anything. Yeah. Including the loans, that we took, which we have paid.
Have you finished paying yours?
Yeah, well, pay long time. Then from there, I think the campus prepares you to see things. If you are an entrepreneur, you see a lot of things from there. And when you hammer on it, at least once that zeal is in you, once you are an entrepreneur, no matter no matter how, you will still come out as an entrepreneur. Yeah, and it starts from campus most of the time.
Wow.
So campus, we did a couple of things, especially at the same time we were at the Unity Hall FM station. Also, you know, we have to add some small entertainment. Also playing reggae.
That's right.
So that is.
So you were a DJ.
Yeah, DJ Kowe. They were calling me DJ Kowe. So we did all that anyway. Yeah. And I remembered very well, there's a guy called Approacher, if most of them know him. So Approacher was a good friend. When I was doing the AutoCAD printing, that is the engineering printing, he was then writing books, which became the Approacher secondary school books and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So we started that way. And he told that line. I remember he called me the first time he bought his machines to do the printing, was setting up the printing press. But he has done so well. He has actually wrote a lot of books, and that is the Approacher series for secondary schools and all that. So we have been friends way back at the university together with you know, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So okay. So tell us about. Do you think you being an entrepreneur, the way you started before university, secondary school, primary school, you know, way before that, do you think some of your trainings help you to think and to even dare to enter into business?
Yes. Very, very, very. Because I believe that if idea comes in your mind, you need to try it.
Yes.
Until you try it, you may not know the challenges. You have to try something before you know the challenges. And I believe also that when you have the idea and you are trying it, sometimes it becomes difficult for you, the person, as well. But you keep on trying. You try at first, you don't succeed, you try again. When you exhaust all that avenue, then you can easily leave it, because then you know you have done your best. That is not the line for you.
All right. So what are some of the things that you've been doing now? I know you're a civil engineer. I know you have done a lot of civil works. You have an IT business. Tell us all the things that you have built, those that didn't work, those that worked, you know.
Oh, okay. A civil engineer, actually, we at Tech actually major in roads and then buildings.
Okay.
And then I even did programming for earthquake. We were trying to develop some software for earthquake. You know, during the lead Professor Andam was my supervisor then.
Okay.
So that was my project.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see that I was having a lot of interest in the IT, which is the programming aspect, and then the road, and then the building as well. That is structures.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have actually worked with Tasako. You know, the Tasako factory. That is the pre-stress. Tasako, which is called ITAR pre-stress. They are producing the pre-stress suspended slabs for the public. They are the first to introduce that. And when they came, I actually was their sales engineer.
Okay.
I have to convince the architects to buy into it, and also sell it. Make sure.
So you worked with them for a while.
Yes, for a while. and then make sure achieve some targets that they set. Yeah, and I think I really did well there. And so up to date, the MD does not play with me at all. We have been a very good friend since.
Okay.
That's the MD of Tasako Estates. Yeah.
Okay.
And we still do business now as I speak, because I remember the Villaggio.
Yes.
The first Villaggio they did, when I resigned from there, they actually called me to give me contract to install all those, to handle the floor for them. And a couple of big projects they call me to also help. So the system has been used at the airport city there. I think I was there when we did the Holiday Inn Hotel, all the Holiday Inn hotels that is the pre-stress. That of the Vodafone office, the head office now, they are all pre-stress. ANC more. I think I do some too for Maximat, their warehouse where we design and then.
So those ones, you did them with your company?
No, I did them when I was with how do you call it? Tasako.
Okay.
So through that, we do individual projects and then we incorporate them into it. When I left them,
yes,
then I incorporate them into it. And since then, I have been working for Tasako on contract basis. When anytime they call me on their road and all that. So we have been in a good relationship, and I saw that opportunity and work with them that way. But I must say, from there, I have, like you said, I have gone into how do you call it? IT businesses, construction, building construction company, and then road also. And then we also went into small of media because I'm an artist. I have a lot of interest in the media.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the media session that we are trying to bring some products up.
Okay.
And then we look at building. Building has a lot of components. So they all inform you that you can take a line of building and then do something with it. So at the moment, we are concentrating on doing the floors, specializing in the floor. For instance, what we call the concrete stamp works. Trying to design for people and then also import the materials. So gradually, we have the agreement with a company who is supplying us the material, and in the long term, they plan to establish the company here for us with our contribution. Yeah. So those are the things we are working on. So at the moment, we get the goods from them, and we try to sell it, use it, and gradually.
What kind of goods?
Yeah, they have the various products that you can use to do those concrete stamp work. For instance, we have what we call the powder release agents, the molds itself, that is the stamp molds, which have more designs on them. And then we have all the chemicals that you can use in doing the work. So those are the chemicals we are importing now to help us do the work. And then also train some key staff and other subcontractors to know the work so that we have quality work for our clients. So those are some of the things that we are doing. It's a company that we try to expand fully. We have also actually look at how do you call it, sketchings, where we have unique sketchings for houses. You know, when you are doing your finishing, most of the time people use
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
People use floor tiles to do the skirting.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is nice. South Africa contacted us to represent them here in Ghana.
Okay.
So when you look at building, actually, you see that there are a whole lot of companies can take the doors alone and then also do that. So we are looking at the components of buildings that we can bring in here to make the building beautiful, because at the end of the day, it is those things that are visible, and that is what attracts. Okay. So yeah. And then in terms of the IT
so
we just established it. Yeah. We only started last year.
So what do you work on? What do you work on with the IT?
Oh, we are working on e-commerce. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are working on e-commerce for the construction company as well. So we are developing the services where we can sell material online, especially for the building materials. Exactly. The building materials that I'm talking about.
You can sell construction materials
online, yes.
So sell construction materials online.
We are building.
Wow. Okay, so what would you tell me?
Yeah. You said? Come again, please.
No, I was asking, what would you tell me? I'm in the university now. Okay. I'm doing engineering. Let's say civil engineering. What do you think I should do if I want to become an entrepreneur in the future? What would be your prescription? What would you say I should do in school? And what would you say I should do during the national service? And what do you say afterwards? What should I do? Because you know the options. Majority of our people, majority of our mates, the option was that once you complete school, the visa is there fast. You go.
Oh, okay. Yes. In the university, that is where you have time to explore. Especially now that we have a lot on the internet. YouTube, as you keep on saying together, it's a university on its own. Yes. Unlike our time where we don't have all these things. So I think if we're engineer at the university or if we're doing any other courses, first of all, try to understand, because at the end of the day, you pick that course to do. You may have passion or you may not. If you have passion in the course that you are doing, basically what you have to search the areas that what you are learning is applicable.
Yes. Okay.
So that you know, for instance, as a civil engineer, I have to search and know, after doing civil, where will I go? What is there for me? And I realize I can do building, I can do structures, I can pass through the design session, become a consultant, or I can go to the field and become a contractor, or still go into other areas of civil engineering, which is broad. So you then find where your passion actually lies. Okay. And then you develop it. So I think that they have to do that. But again, sometimes naturally, and those little ideas can be developed into businesses when you follow through it well. And that is where
I didn't get that part. I didn't get that part.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. I didn't get that part.
Yeah, I mean, on campus, you may have some ideas.
Yes.
Which is not related to what you are studying there, and it's a testing. It becomes a testing ground for you to test it.
Okay.
Among your colleagues and all, and see if they will patronize it. Then it becomes something that you can develop on, especially.
Okay, so example will be what? Example will be what?
Knowing the so it's a way of developing ideas and then building it up. So those are some of the things on campus. I think, for instance, people go into music, they play those instruments on campus, and they end up becoming a musician as well, and leaving their course, what they actually study on university behind. So on campus, there are so many things that you can easily pick and becomes a business for you, and not necessarily going into what actually you study. You understand?
Yeah.
And then some too will go the miles to implement what they ever study at the university. So all depends on the student and how the student actually reads.
Okay, but you
read outside.
But you were fortunate. You were fortunate. You did civil engineering. You happened to work with a civil engineering firm. You learned a lot. You were able to apply some of the things that you learned. How about I did a course and I come out, I don't get anywhere to get at least. If you work for 1 year or 2 years, you would have put some of the things you learned from school into practice. If I didn't have that, how do I move on to build a business?
Oh, okay. That is, you are talking about the experience. You are talking about experience.
Yes. No, so you had experience. You had very technical experience. You had the training for 4 years. You were able to join a firm that also.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So
if you're like me, I didn't have.
I would say. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. It's not, to me, it's not everybody who can be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Hello.
Our network is, yes, sir. The network is a bit destructive, but let's see.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't know why.
No, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah. The question you asked is quite a trickish one, because what I will say is that it depends on the individual and then the mindset. You understand? Because you can make up your mind that if you don't get any employable business in your line, that is wrong. But while some people make up their mind like that, it's also sometimes work for them, and they get a job to do in that direction.
Yes.
But some some too may not be lucky.
Yes.
And they end up depressed and frustrated. But I say in whichever way, no matter how long it is, if you have the good mindset that you have to do something for yourself,
yes,
you would definitely find something to do.
Yes.
For instance,
to do.
If you are if you are a civil engineer and you are not getting employment in any of those places, you can go to some of these firms.
Yes.
A construction firm that you just want to come and learn without any money.
Okay.
They should give you something.
But let me tell you,
on the job.
But let me tell you something. I went to a firm. I told the guy that this was at the initial stage.
Yeah.
I told him that I'm just looking for a place to learn, just to learn management and things like that. So please give me a chance to be here. You know, the guy agreed. Then he said, next week come. I went there, he said that, I've thought about it, but look at you people and your tribe, you are proud, so I won't take you.
This one, I must say, it's a personal thing. That one is something. It's basically denying you because of your tribe, which is wrong. It shouldn't be like that.
Which is wrong. It was so funny because, but what? I mean, he said, no, your people, your tribe, you are too proud. I said, but what is proud about me coming to learn, coming to work with you today? Oh, but it's okay. So I understand. When you go out, by all means, somebody will give you chance to come and work and learn. It's true.
Yeah, but most of the time, let me use my example, myself as an example. Sometimes it's so difficult when you complete from school and your background in terms of financial background, your parents don't have that market to pull, right? Doing that also becomes another challenge. You understand? Okay. Going there to learn the job and they not giving you anything. Yeah. It's quite a difficult challenge, which can easily put you off. But it's seriously determination. It's seriously determination in whichever way that you find yourself. You have to sacrifice sometimes.
Even if you don't have anything to eat.
You have to sacrifice something to get that something.
Yes, but even if you don't have anything to eat, you don't have to sleep, no transport.
And I believe you would definitely have something to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You have to, because at the end they go and exploit and find something to do. For me, for instance, when I was doing my national service, I went to I did the national service at Takoradi.
Yes.
And then the service money were not coming. You understand? But then I have worked. I have worked from the university where I was teaching companies AutoCAD. So I don't go around and teach companies AutoCAD. The word I learned. Those times I will go to a company like Ghana Railways. As fresh student as I am, I go there and organize lectures for them and take some money.
Wow.
Yeah. I went to see the MD at Ghana Railways, wrote to them that I'm from tech and I have done this from tech. I showed them what I can do. And their civil engineering department, about 12 people, they called me to teach them.
Yes.
AutoCAD. You understand? So I went out to rent some computers. And then I just say, okay, if you are more than 5 or maybe more than 10, I will charge this. But if you are up to 5, the price too is different. So they prefer.
Let me chip in this. You know the AutoCAD that you learned?
Yes. You had something to do.
That you learned. Me, I was learning it too, but the guy who was teaching is me. I didn't understand what he was teaching. So,
so as I'm speaking now, all my civil engineering mates, they know, because I was doing all their printing and drawing for them, and I taught a lot of them also.
Wow. Yeah, the computer aided design. The professor was teaching us, Dr. Anson. He was an old man who didn't even understand computers. So it's angry, man.
Oh no, but actually that was then, you understand. Those times we don't even have the computers.
Yeah.
You see, computer was so expensive.
But you managed to learn. You were able to draw, come out with the rendition, draw with the measurement, and even charge people, produce for them and charge them, and even train people.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm lucky because my roommate, then has a mother in Italy. So I convinced him, Master, we have to get this computers on. Try and talk to your mother, and let your mother bring this machine. It will help us.
Okay.
And he agreed. And the mother brought the machine
to
us. And that is the beginning of how we learned all those things. And I must say, my roommate is like a brother to me. And as I speak right now, he's in the US using this CAD application, like the start for structural design and designing most serious.
Who was this guy? What's his name?
He's called Harry Yates.
Okay.
Harry Yates. You can find him on the. You said?
Was he doing civil?
Yeah, he was doing civil, but he was my junior 1 year.
Okay, all right. Okay.
But we all came from Takoradi. We did service together, and so we share common. We make sure we were put in the same room.
Somebody has a question for you. Somebody is asking. Some of us are willing to start investment, but we are scared of the hunger involved as we begin. How do we overcome our fears on our way to entrepreneurship? He doesn't want to be hungry, so you have to tell him. He doesn't want to be hungry.
Okay. I must say, any new business that you start should start from family and friends. You understand? You start a little from family and friends. You at that point you have to be prudent. If really, let me mention some key words that describe that you yourself can see that you are an entrepreneur.
Okay.
When you have those how do you call it? Those type of feeling, and you know you can withstand it. I tell you, you are an entrepreneur, which you need to push on. So let's say an entrepreneur is an individual who can create new business. All right.
Okay.
Yes. So where do we get such new business? One of my motto is that any need around you is someone else's business.
Okay.
If you have a need.
Okay.
If you wake up, you don't like washing, and you would like somebody to wash for you for some fee, it becomes a business for somebody.
All right.
And that idea is what brought about the laundries that we have around. We could have done that in our own home by washing for ourselves, but it's difficult for us. Somebody's needs. So if you are able to have more ideas, you have some idea. It's not all ideas that can be feasible, right? But most of the ideas that you have, you that's why they say market research. When you go into the bigger picture, that is when, yeah. But for Kofi, as Kofi said, we need to start. You don't have any money, but try to first of all get the idea and then communicate to your family and friends and see. You understand? If it makes sense to them, and try 1 or 2 people with small money that you have and see if those people too love it. Then definitely it becomes, and when you build on that, it becomes an idea. So those are some of the things. So you need to be able to create, and then again, you should look at you yourself. When you lose money, are you going to die? Are you going to be depressed? You understand? You should assess yourself very well. When you lose this, will it affect you? Will it break you down? And you should start from your time. Yeah.
So if it will break him down, how does he overcome that?
Definitely. So then you are not that because as an entrepreneur you must bear all the risk. You must be a risk taker.
Wow.
And I can tell you that those risk takers, you must have another hope. You see, there should be another hope, so that when your first idea didn't go through, you still have hope to carry on.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
But when your first idea goes through, you are good to go.
Okay.
And that one, when the idea comes, you must try all avenues. You must exhaust all avenues before you leave the idea.
Say Kofi is saying, how does he overcome the fear? What I will add to what you have said is that if you are down, you only have one option, which is up. So he who is down fears no fall. So you don't have to be worried. You try it, as he's saying, and then you keep the hope. You keep hope. You keep fighting, because you cannot gain if you're not ready to risk. That's the fact, and that's the fact of life. There are some things nobody can do for you. For instance, if you want to become an entrepreneur, your father cannot do that for you. You have to do it yourself, and you have to be prepared to go through some bit of pain. You have to take risk, and nobody was born, and nobody enjoys losses and risk and pain and mistakes. That is part of the journey, So I don't know if you can overcome the fear, but you just have to bear with it. That this is it. If I lose everything, it still goes on. Something else will come around, Hello. So Kofi, that's it. So and a lot of the times you have to also feed your mind with the right information. You have to feed your mind.
Sorry, the line is breaking. Yeah.
Yes, I was saying that if you are down and you have nothing, you can't fall because you're already on the ground. So you don't have to be afraid.
Exactly.
You only have one option.
Not at all.
Try, and that's the psyche that you must have.
You shouldn't be afraid. You should have hope.
Yes.
And another second backup. That gives you hope. Yes. A backup of an idea.
That's right.
So that when you exhaust all else, it will be like, oh, now I have nothing to live on. I have no idea, nothing.
Okay.
And that is where your thinking goes deep. And sometimes depression sets in, as if you don't have anything to do. So all the time, try and brainstorm down, and then all that. But like you were saying, as for the financial challenges, is there. But all depends on how first you package yourself to your friends and family. And always, it's very good to have a very good co-founder.
Okay.
You see, you need a very good co-founder who you all believe in one thing.
How do you find that?
You believe in the same vision,
and
you can coexist without any how do you call it, enviness, and yeah. You say, how do you find that? Normally, through your best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, normally your best friends. Definitely, it should be somebody you know.
Okay.
Who you think maybe the family also is well to do or something like that. Who you can share those ideas to the person.
Okay, so
it may be your idea.
So I come from, I'm a hustler. I don't have no money. So the partner must come from a family with some money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no. What I mean is that definitely you will have some friends. Among all your friends, you have some. You sell the idea to them. If they don't accept it, fine.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but what I'm saying, you have to try it, to sell your ideas to as many people, including your family members, as you can. Your uncles, and see. They may also give you some advice here and there. For instance, when I completed my A level.
Yes.
And we at that time we were having the university was having a strike.
Yes.
I completed A level in 95, and the university was on strike for 96.
Yes.
So quickly I have to think of doing the artwork, but I was not having any money. So I went to discuss with my mom that if he can buy me one plywood and then the paint and some few tools that I need to work with, which she gave me the money. So one plywood, I could get about, with the dimensions that I was doing, one plywood, I could get about 12 pieces of the artwork from it. For a certain size, a bigger size. And then the remaining ones, I will cut it into pieces, which is smaller than the one I'm targeting. I was targeting, and then use that one too. So I get some pieces that I can sell. And I'm telling you, through one plywood, I bought over 20, 30 plywoods along the line within a short time. You see, but I was using my own manpower because I have to cut the veneer with my hand.
Okay.
First
somebody
get
saying,
the idea of what to sketch.
Somebody is saying, wow. Somebody is saying, if they reject you, you have to be confident and go and look for another opportunity. Flower is saying that. If they reject you,
yes.
I don't know if you can see that on your screen.
It is true. Once you believe in that idea, yes, it's true. Once you believe in that idea, you should find somebody else. You would definitely find somebody who shares your.
Wow. And another one, Ajay Benson is also saying, I think some knowledge plus skill helps one to get a head start in life. But our educational system or systems, they focus too much on knowledge impartation and less to know skill. What is your thinking on that? Did you gain any entrepreneurship skill from school? Which
It's true. It's very, very true. What he's saying is very, very, very true. And I'm saying this, and I have even spoken to the Ghana Institute of Engineers, the secretary.
Okay.
Before on this. You understand?
Yes.
And if I should go back again, I would have been learning carpentry, metal work as a part-time to gain those skills.
Yes.
Though I'm doing civil engineering, I would have gone back to learn with ordinary carpenter on the street to learn how to even use those tools. You understand?
Okay.
To learn how to build something for myself.
Wow.
Those are the kind of skills the guy was talking about.
So do you?
So I believe that you should have those skills And then that is where at least when instead of you having an idea and you have to maybe employ a carpenter, you can start by yourself and do a good job.
Okay, but let me ask you this: you doing civil engineering?
That means you are not going to pay.
Agree. Let me ask you this: you doing civil engineering? If you look at the very things that you need to become an entrepreneur, like financial information, product development. I'm saying you being a civil engineer.
Hello, you said what?
I'm saying during your course as an engineering student, during your training on campus at Tech, as an engineering student, the very things that you are doing as a business person now, the decisions that you are making with money, the people that you are managing, the products that you're delivering or the services that you're delivering. If you look, do you think the course as they structured it, do you think you gain anything as to you building a business, taking risk? Do you think it was part of the course at all?
Yeah. Oh yes. You know, they will introduce you to the various things, various topics that you know, they introduce you to it. But that I'm saying, but it's you, the individual. You have to build on that.
Okay.
You understand? They introduce you to the concepts. So every vacation, you should go and learn the practical somewhere through attachment and the rest.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
And that is where you gain experience and you gain some skills. You get it?
But the attachment time, we want to travel to, you know, England. That is
where all because you have to go and look for some money and come and pay. That you see. so it's that one actually. I didn't travel.
Whoa.
I didn't travel. Yeah, for all the 4 years, I didn't travel.
You didn't go.
You understand me? But it is also good. Traveling is also good for the exposure. It's also depending on at all. When they go, some actually go and do some work.
Yeah.
You know.
But you see,
when they come back, they say, "Oh, I've gone to wash bowls and all." You are learning something. You are, you know, definitely.
You are learning, but the problem is the technical skills, the business skills. Maybe in terms of the exposure and being able to break the illusion, you know, the propaganda around some of these countries. Once you go, you are able to see it. If you really think, and you see, and you see it early. You see that. Listen, I can maybe if I pay attention, I can build something right here than trying to move. You know, you're able to break that, because I think that is one of the most dangerous things that we go through as Africans, where your attention right after school, your attention is, you know, you want to go and live in some of these countries, and it's all part of the propaganda. You know, if you look at the lottery, for instance, they target the ones who are professionals. You know, they target that. So it becomes
what you are saying. Me, I always say that it depends on the individual. What, as an individual, you must have a vision for yourself. So if you are going, if the vision tells you that you need to travel before that vision must be accomplished, you should do that. But when you go, you understand me?
Yes.
I will use a typical example. For example, Elon Musk. You understand?
Yes.
Elon Musk was from South Africa, but he had a vision that he can make it when he enters US, and that is history. So it's a vision. The vision that you yourself you build for yourself also counts.
Let me ask you, Musk is a white South African with a lot of privileges. He was not going there to look for a job. Our people go there to look for a good job and a lot of certificate. A lot of our people don't have the mindset to go to some of these countries to build a business. It's not in them. It's very far from them. and maybe the challenges there are more for us than for somebody like Musk, because it's a white South African. Let's face it, that's fact. So maybe the psyche, I don't know. But somebody also thinks this. Let me ask you. Where is it? Okay, he's saying it is also important not to look at startup capital only in terms of money, but also other assets like available space in your home, networks, your mobile phone with internet. So he's saying that startup capital, you may not have it in terms of money alone, but other things. So
good.
You think?
Let me come in there. You can classify businesses into the ones that you need serious startup capital. Hello. Yeah, hello.
I'm here. So
hello.
Somebody was also saying this.
Okay, I wanted to add to the one you said about the startup capital thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can group some ideas into the ones which require some startup capital and the one which the idea itself generates the capital for you.
Okay.
You understand?
Tell me about that one.
Okay. One, assuming you have let me use construction for instance. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, they can advertise jobs in the graphic in the papers or something. That you should come and tender for project or something like that. When you tender and everything, you have to go and find the huge capital to start the work.
Okay.
You understand? But at the same time, you can also do the same construction for individuals or something like that. And they will bring the money to you before you move to the site.
Okay.
You understand? So there are two things here. One, the organized type of tendering. When you get a job, at the end of the day, you have to mobilize all the personnel here and the equipment and all that is huge capital. But for the individual one, that is the B2C type of business. Yeah. So B2C type of business, you see that Kwabena and Co have contact me to build for you. So I say, okay, the first order I'm going to do for you, it will cost me 20,000. It will cost you 10,000. So you Kwabena have to pay me before I move to site.
Okay.
So that one, you have paid me. I don't need to go and hustle for any money from anywhere. I'm just using your money to work for you. And then the small profit that we have agreed on, it will come to me.
Okay.
So, but the same construction.
Okay.
You get it? So the same way you can apply it to most of the other businesses. For instance, those who are selling lands here and there, they don't own the land. They sell one and get some commission.
Yes. It's true.
You understand me? So yours is to work hard on the ground, know how to talk, convince, making sure you are truthful enough. And then again, you have done the research on the land or something before you sell to somebody else. And when you do that, when the value is huge and they are giving you 5%, 2%,
Yes.
You are good to go. You sell another one somewhere, you are good to go. You are not. You don't need too much startup capital.
Yes.
So you have to identify those types of businesses and build small capital from there. I remember I used to, sell maize and those things. You understand? First, I find the one who needs maize. That's why I say every need is business. I find somebody here who needs the maize. I am in Techiman. Oh, then I can buy the maize for you. I try with I try with small money that I have and buy one of the maize myself, and then bring it. The person wants $100, so I have to do one, the one I can afford, and quickly arrange for a car, transport it to her. You understand? Then she transferred the rest of the $100 for me with my small profit on it. I buy it for him, so I didn't use anybody's capital.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's when you are growing, as you do those things and you are growing, that is where you now build that courage to face those capital intensive projects.
That's right. So you have to start from where you are.
You see it.
You have to start from where you are.
Yes. Wow. You start small like that. And then you try to do those that you think now you are comfortable to raise that capital into it. So that is why you yourself having the first skill is very important.
Okay. Which is the first skill?
When you having that skill.
Which is what? Which skill?
No, for instance, we are talking about me being civil engineer. And I learned AutoCAD. So I can be taking drafting from structural engineers who were my seniors, and they find it difficult to draft.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay, so that's something, that's a skill that you can easily work with.
There are freelance structural engineers around right now who will do all the necessary designs, but they want somebody to draft it for them. So if you have a skill like AutoCAD, you can get those people and charge them and draft.
Fantastic. Let me answer these questions. A friend, somebody has written something. Let me answer that.
You understand?
Then we go to your other points.
You understand?
Okay.
So
she's saying that
applications right now that the students. Okay.
Okay, so let me answer this question and then we go to your next. So, can you suggest sources of for diasporans to learn local language so that we don't look stupid when we come to network with you guys? That one is the one on the screen. Is we do some program with some of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. So she's asking, can we suggest some sources, languages?
Okay.
I think there are some few guys who teach some of our languages on YouTube. I will find that and send you.
They want languages on YouTube.
Oh, yes, let's say Chi.
Anyway, hello, languages on YouTube.
Yes, go ahead. We did some.
Oh no, for the YouTube we have languages there. The tree aware and all that. Yeah. They are all there on YouTube that you can learn.
A particular network, I will let somebody.
I have even forgotten. You said?
No, I was answering the lady. That I was answering the person that there are a lot of other YouTube channels which teach some of our local languages, and you can also Google. They will give you the basis, so that by the time you will know. And then she also saying that yes, that's how you do it. Invest the dollars and do. Okay. The next one is, where are these structural engineers? I have access to CAD software and can render it for them. That's why we need to connect. So this is obviously somebody who is technical and when we finish the project, when we finish the discussion, I will put your line there.
You can take his contact. He said he can render, right?
Yes. So I will. But you can also send me the email. Then I will put it here so that they can also connect with you.
Sure.
Those who would. But I want you to tell us some of you were talking of when you went to Takoradi and you were doing AutoCAD for some people. Give us some of the lessons that what you have learned. Add up. We want to hear all those.
Good. So actually, when I went there, I was there. Sometimes it's difficult to approach those top people, especially the MD and the rest like that. But always I make up one mind that they can't kill me. I have to go.
Okay.
You understand me? I tell myself, So when I'm getting shy, then I will encourage myself and say, after all, they can't kill me. So I will go there and share my idea. And when you go, you have that boldness and you go. It works out. Sometimes the secretaries may try to prevent you. You have appointment and all that. You understand? But you should keep knocking. And then you send the proposal to them. And straightforward, such people, as you see them, they become your friends. You see? So those are some of the experience that I've learned. Okay, you see, those are some of the things to have that self-confidence, and to be able to express yourself to people.
Yes.
And trusting yourself that you can do it well for them. Understand? So I did similar one too. At the same time, I did similar one at Ghana Water Company. At the same time, that was during the one vacation, long back. So I had about 2 or 3 companies that engaged me to teach them that AutoCAD. So what I did was that a colleague at the university who I taught the AutoCAD, I called him. He was also in Takoradi, so I just called him to handle one of the firms for me, and he handled the Ghana Water Company.
Okay.
You see, which I in turn paid him.
Okay. But let me ask you.
Engineer.
Let me ask you something. Why didn't you travel? Why didn't you move away from Ghana? Run away. Yes, run away, leave everything here and just go. Why didn't you?
Yes, one. I was trying to travel to go and study.
Okay.
That was Germany, Those times, most of our mates had admission. I also had admission, but I don't know one reason or the other. They didn't grant me the visa.
Oh. But you were going to study. But you were going to study.
I actually wanted to go and study.
But that's different. I remember when we were writing the final exam, some of our mates who had visas which were expiring the next 2 days, some of them even skipped the last paper so that they could travel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But me, I won't do that.
And some of my friends, they wrote the last paper and then they traveled the evening.
Yes, and some to defer. They go there and defer.
Yes.
You understand?
But you were here trying to be an engineer.
At the end of the day, let me tell you, all boils down to how do you call it? Some financial. It boils down to financial back home and all that, all those things. During those times, those are some of the things.
Okay.
You understand? Some goes there for continuation of the education. Others to go there to see some other opportunities far from education. You see it. So it's purely the individual.
Yeah.
You see. So
this is my thinking. in as much as it's an individual thing, I think a lot of us were fed, we were fed with this option. It's a push. We were fed with it. It's a program.
Okay. That one is true. Everybody wants to.
That's it. So in as much as it's an individual,
everybody wants to.
But the decision is contingent on some kind of information, And so if you try here and it doesn't work, the next day you go.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that. You see, and I think our universities seriously, our universities, every project, every course that you take at the university, that there are companies out there who are practicing those courses in real time. You understand?
Okay.
So if you are a mechanical engineer, there are mechanical engineers running the production machines for think of any company, manufacturing company here.
Yeah.
But you see, the student find it difficult to go there by himself. Like we were saying, you can go there depending on you. You can go there, they will accept you.
I went to Agric Engineering Department at the Ministry of Agriculture.
The school.
I went there
a better arrangement for students that way. I think most of them prefer.
But I went to do.
Most of them will prefer to go and learn the trade there. It will be an excitement.
I went to learn. I went to internship to do internship with the Ministry of Agriculture. The Agric Engineering Department. Master, when I went there, I was very sad. I decided not to go there.
Yeah, that one too is there. So let me you see you.
You know what we were working on?
Let me tell you. You see, so all those things must be looked at. Yeah. If we have, if we make it a policy that way, that there is a collaboration between the universities and organizations like that, they may definitely develop a program like that for them. When you come, when you enter, they can use that program to get the student on board, without necessarily disturbing the environment of work. It's because we don't have such.
My friend, who is a lecturer now, he's a doctor at the biology department or a school of biology or something like that, science. He says that now they have entrepreneurship program for most of their department, and they are liaising with a lot of industries to do this. So he said that from the time that we left to now, they have made a lot of changes, and they're still pushing themselves. So he agreed to that, and he says that
is seriously the right thing in the right direction. Let me tell you something. If you look at the interchanges they are building in Ghana now, we should have more civil engineers, surveyors looking at that. You understand? They should sign as part of the contract. There should be that agreement, idea. Learning transfer. You understand?
Okay.
Where at least 2 or 3 students will be assigned to that, but even if it is 1 year that the student have to be there before he attains his degree, at least 1 or 2, 3. You understand? And if it's in the contract, definitely they will learn. They will learn the various how do we call it, project programming, time management, and all that on the project.
It's true. I remember when I did my national
coming out with the tax, the right tax and time.
It's true. Where I did my national service, we're purely in a wood processing company. So their machines, their lathe machines, they were cutting machine parts. We will overhaul engines. We will work on some of the boilers. A lot of the things that they taught us in school, which we went to the mechanical engineering lab to learn, I never saw them until I went to this old industry. It was old machines. The machines, they were old, but at least I could see some of the things that they talked to us about. Now, can you imagine a lot of my mates who never went anywhere like that, who were sent to go and teach?
You see, so I think the national service too, the national service too, they have to also look at that as well. You see, for the technical guys, when we find ourselves in the technical environment, we get vim, you know. Yeah. But I might not say we should necessarily put people here, but it's all good. But at least more technical, at least more orientation.
But we should put them there because
you get it.
I think if you want to industrialize, we must put people there. You cannot build factories when you are not producing engineers who are skilled on the field. You know, you cannot build a lot of this if you don't have your civil engineers being trained on the field.
So those technical courses, we need them. Yes.
Yeah. And they have to put them there. And sometimes if you're a student and they are not putting you there, go and put yourself there. You know, go out there, the day is your life.
So, but it's difficult, you know. It's difficult. So, but we should, they should make it that flexible.
Listen, I went to Just Boateng machine shop, myself. I just went there, said I want to come and do something. So they taught me how to use the lathe machine, the rake boring machine, all those. I didn't know what I was going to use them for, but I went there. It was better than doing nothing on a holiday. You know, I may not be practicing.
But you learned something. Didn't you learn? Yeah. Didn't you learn anything?
And then I learned the terms, you know, and we crack a lot of jokes with the guys. That was very good.
It's good. At least it's good. It's good. It has added something to your value up to date.
Absolutely.
As you can remember some of them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So what are some of the things that we should know as entrepreneurs as well? Tell us, because you have been through a lot. You have gone through a lot. You have endured a lot of pressure. So tell us, what are some of the things that we should expect?
First of all, you must be risk. You must have a love for risk. You know.
Okay.
That even if you lose all your money, you'll be able to stand still.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And two, we must read. Reading is key.
Okay.
You understand? You must read a lot.
Okay.
You pick pieces from here and there, and then you learn a lot.
Okay.
From those ones, their experiences and mistakes. You know, to me, for management skill, management should come to you naturally.
Okay.
You understand me? If you look at some of the big organizations that we have, sometimes we rather learn from them. They create the management for us to learn.
Okay.
You understand me? They didn't learn it from anywhere, but they created it for us to also learn.
And they tell us that these are management models.
You get me.
Okay.
But you should be natural. You should be natural, and then come out with your own management style that you think it will work best for you.
All right.
You have read. You get me.
I agree.
Yes.
You must innovate your own management based on what you do and where you. Yes.
That you think it will work for you.
Okay.
Definitely, some of them will fall into even what you have not learned.
All right.
That are also part of the theories. Some of them naturally falls within.
All right.
Though you may not be privy to it.
Okay. It's true.
You see,
sometimes you find yourself practicing some things, then later you find it in somebody's book.
Yeah. You see, so there are those basic ones there that you can start small bit. But as your company grows, that is where you need those proper systems to run the machines.
Okay.
Like preparing procedures, preparing every procedure for everybody.
Okay.
If you are receiving a call, what are the procedures? And those are the a procedure which will vary from one company to the other.
Okay.
So therefore, what you want at the end of the day, what satisfaction do you want for your client over there? And that is where you yourself, you put yourself in their shoe and see, oh, if I have this, I would like it. If this company could do this for me this way, this time, that. Then those ones become some of your procedures.
Okay.
You see, that you can also implement in your business.
Okay.
And then also don't be afraid of losing.
Okay.
When you start business and it didn't go well, don't be afraid. Naturally, you tend to be depressed, but don't. Try as much as possible. Think through it again. And if you see that it's a burden on you, it's stressing you too much, try and chat somebody in to see if the person can inject some new ideas into it.
Okay. Tell me some of the things that you use to come up with new businesses and new ideas.
You said? Come again.
Tell me some of the things that you use as personally. And I see you come up with a lot of businesses all the time, new ideas. What are the thought processes that you go through that you come up with all these ideas? I see you come with every time you're coming up with these new businesses. What do you think about that you're able to come up with a lot of these businesses?
Okay. Yeah. For instance, the concrete stamp business that I was talking about. I was reading about concrete, what we can use concrete for. And then I chanced on it. And that was way back in 2008. But I put that idea down and was researching, and then the internet came. I was seeing some, and then quickly contacted the manufacturer and learned more.
Okay.
And I even sent an engineer there to go and do the training there as well.
Okay.
And then the people saw that I was so much interested in that. And then quickly they also arranged, and then they brought some people here that if I should buy my first consignment, they would train us. And then they came and trained us. So the idea started 2008, but I was able to implement it not long ago, only last year.
Okay.
You see it? You see it?
Yes.
So you may have idea, and then you still don't have to forget about it. At the appropriate time, you see the idea can work, and then you try to implement it.
So see what you were talking about. Somebody said it is called learning best practices in your field. It is easier to innovate when you know what already works on the ground and can build from there. Reading and studying is key. She's saying that, the person is saying that to support your statement, that you can come up with your own management style because you know what is on the ground and you know what works.
Okay.
Without waiting for the companies to come out before we think. That is true.
The best
so tell us
yeah.
a few things that you use to manage money. We want to ask you, how do you manage money? What have you learned about money as an entrepreneur? What are the mistakes? What are the successes that you have gone through?
Okay.
Money.
As for money, sure. As an entrepreneur, you definitely at the end of the day, you are definitely trying to work, solve problem for people, and that one turns into the money. You understand?
Yes,
so
sir.
the problem that you are solving, if you're able to solve those problems, those are the ones which convert to your money. So you should keep on finding ways, you see, to keep on finding ways, innovation, to solve the problem in a more better way than what you did previously. And that is where you have the constant money. Then you should also look at the market. Well, any surplus money that you have, you should be able to look at a good investment and put your money in.
Okay.
You understand? You need to consult this your bankers to see where you can invest your money. So some are very risky, like the bank crisis we had in 2008.
Yes.
Most of them are well-established companies and all that. So it's also a risk. And I'm saying, as an entrepreneur, when you lose such money, which is not your fault, you should be able to stand. But all the same, you have to diversify. When you have enough money, you need to diversify. Even buying land, buying physical land and protecting it can also, sometimes you go and buy it 10 years, 5 years, then some litigations also can happen. So you see, everywhere you go, you will have it. So I think when you're having the money, you need to diversify your portfolio so that you don't lose everything. Say you want to go and buy, and then those government stock, they are also good. You know, that one, you know, is for government, and definitely, though the returns may not be too much,
they won't chop
it's
it.
Also not bad to do. So those are that's how I manage my money. You get some landed properties here and there, which you are sure of. You've done due diligence and gotten title for it. You buy title plots. Don't buy any other plots. Buy lands with title where you can do search.
Okay.
You can do search and shows that the person who is selling to you has his name there. And he is the one going to sign for you.
Okay.
There are people there at the lands that you can always contact to help you that way. And most of the time, at least those that I've bought so far are not are okay.
Okay.
There are challenges, maybe sometimes, but still it comes back to you because you have done some due diligence.
Okay.
So those are some of the things. And then those times, the bank's treasury bills, you know, fixed deposit and all that. Then I was using that system a lot, where you have, you know, that you have surplus money that you can still do your work with. Then you go into fixed deposit, where you get you negotiate with the banks and they give you some quite good money, either rollover or when you know you have a cash flow issue, then maybe 3-month payment plan. They pay you the interest and roll the rest over, and then you still have your cash flow moving. And I think the fixed deposit also help.
Okay.
In getting some bank guarantees here and there for other businesses. You know, they use you because instead of using some of this collateral, sometimes the banks they drag their feet a lot. So you can get that one to maybe for the cement companies like that. They can easily give you how do you call it, a leeway to supply you so far as you give them the credit letter. You understand? So it goes to help you, and also so if you're able to build that kind of fixed deposit with a reputable bank, accepted bank now, I think it also helps a lot.
Okay.
Because
now,
for land, is that?
No, I said what I'll add to the finance is that most of us, when we start, a lot of us, we don't know anything about money at all. It's only work to get salary. So they don't study money at all. So we get money.
Yeah.
Let's say most guys, when they get the first contract and it goes through, they'll go and buy a very nice car, change where they live. And before you see, the business is gone. So I would say be a bit prudent, build the capital to a stage where when you take something, you will still have something left. You don't need to compete with anybody. You are building business. You must be frugal. You must
not
be disciplined.
At all. You don't need. You can stay in a single room. Let your colleagues build whatever mansions they can build. Just be content with where you are. And once you know you are building something for yourself, by grace of God, you reach far.
That's
little, we make sure your expenditure also goes down. And those that are taking more money from you, you try to cut it and find solution for them.
Exactly.
But as an entrepreneur, sometimes you may make a mistake along the line and you can lose a lot of money. It has happened to me before, it has happened and all that.
Several times.
Where one single payment, when things just can change.
Yeah.
You know, things just can change and you see that no, your cash flow, everything is off. And that time you can't liquidate landed property so easily also.
Okay.
It becomes a big challenge. But like I'm saying, that is where you have to think fast and see where the other businesses will do without you putting in additional capital. But rather, people will patronize your product by bringing their capital for you to move on.
Okay.
You see, so you need to look at that, especially in this part of our world, you know, where there is you have to have the network before some things can move for you.
Okay.
But if we're able to develop a product where people love it, your network is important, but still, once the product people love it, you are good to go. Yes.
Right.
You hide in your corner and people are chasing it without they know you are behind the product.
All right.
You see.
Yes, sir.
The list. I've even forgotten one company that we are doing at the moment. That is educational software in the education section.
Yes,
I think the Grade Up. Yes, Grade Up. Yes, Grade Up is our product, and we are using the curriculum from kindergarten to primary school. What the teachers have to teach the children. We have animated them, did the voiceover over them, and then you can go to the app stores to subscribe.
Wow.
It's an app also, or you buy it with the how do you call it? The tablets. We sell with the tablets.
How do you spell Grade Up?
It's GRAIDUP. Grade Up.
Okay. Grade Up. So
.com.
Okay. .com. Yeah.
So when you go to that site, it will direct you to
the app.
To the App Store. When you go there, you will see age 6+, and then age 5 up to age 5. That is the kindergarten. So far, we have completed all the kindergarten one, and we just we are even having an approval from NACA, National Accreditation for Curriculum, and they have replied us that we should do some 1 or 2 changes here and there. It's basically like masculine and feminine thing. Like we should use a girl to do something like this.
Wow. So you?
We have. So the final approval will come. And this one, the teachers can use it. Parents too can use it. When parents use it, it bridge the gap between the parent and teacher. So when you have it, the thing teaches the child. So the child can learn on her own, following the syllabus. So by the time he gets back to school, he knows, or he or she knows, most of the syllabus already. So it's purely based on the Ghanaian curriculum. And then we did a bit of comparison with the British and US curriculum. And we found out that they are all similar. So addition at the kindergarten level and primary level, most of them are a bit quite similar. So it qualifies for
you are tell me all the industries that you have been in. You have been in construction.
Yeah.
You've been in IT, animation, e-commerce.
But remember, I'm not doing it alone. I always find co-founder. Like I'm telling you, I always find a co-founder.
Tell me about the challenges you face with partnership and with people trying to build business with another person. What are some of the things that you find?
Yes.
Difficult ones?
Yes. Some of the things that you find. So far, to me, I have been in a good relationship with them. I have made my mind that even if something they are doing, if I see it's not going to affect what we are doing, I don't consider it as a challenge.
Okay.
You get it.
So you're able to overlook things.
Yes, you have to overlook certain things, and then the agreement must be well drafted.
Okay.
You understand? From the onset, there should be understanding what you are bringing on board, what this guy too is bringing on board. Okay. And then you try to remind, you remember, this is what you are supposed to do in a friendly manner, in a nice manner. And then, develop that kind of good relationship as a friend. You understand? Then you go, sometimes it becomes challenging going forward. But still, maybe financially or something. Most of the time it's about financials. You see? So we support each other and encourage each other. We can't give up. We have to put.
A lot of the times, what do you go with? You go with the money, or you go with the expertise? What do you bring on board whenever you are finding a partner?
For IT, for instance, if I take the IT for instance, I for long, like I told you, I was programming in basic Visual Basic application. That was way back in the university.
Yes.
So I have idea about IT.
Okay.
So I find somebody who is technically inclined more than me, and then push some of those ideas to him and push him to the world to deliver what we want to do. You see it. So the coding and so those are where you lack, you look at your strengths and weaknesses, and then you find a complement to that. Wow. You understand? So you need to assess yourself. Where are you weak at, and who do you think will support you in that direction? So those are some of the things you can also do for the person for a partner to push you around. Yeah.
Fantastic. So how do you lead normally your team? What are some of the things that you do as a business leader that are unique with you?
Like we said, what?
What are some of the things? How do you lead your team? What are the things that you do that are very unique with you? What is your style? The people you work with.
You should be open. You should open and get all the necessary ideas from them. Also, you shouldn't impose too much. That thinking that yours is the best.
Okay.
But you should be open enough to accept ideas from them. Maybe this is the vision we have. What are the paths that we need to tell to reach there? You know, there can be different approaches. You see, there's so many ways to kill a cat. That's what they normally say. You understand?
Yes.
So you have to accept the opinion of your partners, and then agree or disagree. So I believe in that, and then also making it easier for them to come up with some of the things. For instance, the grade up. For instance, when you are playing the video, my co-founder said he read somewhere, he did some research that when the video is about, let's say, every 5 minutes or middle of the video, you have to pause because of the kids, so that the kids will get the attention. I was actually not happy with that. I was actually not, and we argue. So I say, okay, you have done the research, but me, I'm just watching the thing. I think it's disturbing rather. And he said, oh, no, he has done the research, and also, okay, then let's do it. So when we submitted this thing to NACA, one of the things that they asked us is to remove
the bridge
that from it. You see, but this time it's not coming from me. I have objected to it, and but he said no, so I let it go. So we won't fight over it. But once NACA came back that we should remove that aspect from it, which is just a speech that we put there to break the distance. Press to continue. It's just that. Press to continue. You see it. So we have removed it now and resubmitted the application to NACA back for the final approval.
Wow.
So those are some of the things that will come out, but that doesn't mean you should disagree so much that there will be no progress. You see, and then you kill all the idea. No, there should be, and there should be understanding. When finances are not good, your partner too must understand, and also suggest a way of how to move forward by bringing in other an angel investor or other investors on board, provided we have done a good work. For instance, the grade up, for instance, if we're able to get the final approval, it's a plus. We struggle to reach that far. So now we have final approval from NACA. This is the time we can also scale up by bringing in some other investors. We have a proof now.
Wow.
But what we have done has gone through the accreditation section of the curriculum, and they have accepted it. And therefore, when we come to you with all data, you will definitely think about it and then go through and maybe put some money to us, So some of these things, initially you have to force and build something.
That's right.
You build it to some point, then you try to also so that they see the idea behind it or the effort you have put in so far, and that is where it attracts other investors to come on board when the thing requires a huge startup capital.
Okay,
you see,
impressive. As a matter of fact, I've been through that program, and it's well built. Very impressive.
Yes, I took you through the last time. And now I can say, if you download right now, you will see we have improved upon it. Every now and then we are changing things. We are adding our own things also alongside the syllabus. We are also adding our own things that we think it will help the kids as well. And gradually,
knowing you, I think one of your greatest gifts is you're able to see. You're a visionary.
Yes, very. You are that one for sure. I believe in myself to that. So sometimes even and everything has its own disadvantage too. You see, Because you may have so many ideas and it may affect your focus too. Yes. So sometimes sit back again and then put some of them down.
Okay.
You understand? So with this, the kind of ideas, I will need other people who will want it.
Yeah.
Then I can also give. Yes.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
There's so many ideas I have on table right now I cannot implement because of these ones we are doing.
Okay.
So I have to hold them down. So if somebody have the capital and we can set up a team, I can give that idea out for them to manage.
All right.
And I believe they are all going to be very profitable.
Okay.
I want that person to be on board, not just to put money and go. No.
To be involved in the
day-to-day management aspect.
All right.
The operations.
Okay.
You see it. So there are more ideas that we can give to people who have the capital now.
Fantastic.
I will give it to them.
Fantastic.
And then get the processes that we can arrive at the decision, the output.
Okay.
And then they in turn manage it. A strong managerial skill, operational management, and I'm telling you, it will not go bad. So those are but because now I'm doing these ones. The education, which is huge. The construction itself, and then the e-commerce.
Yes. How about the Kube one?
Yeah, the Kube one, I brought it here. I brought it in Ghana here, and what we are doing is normally occasions. Occasions, people will call, and then maybe, I'm doing a wedding, and I have a guest about 200 people. Then we say, okay, then assuming each one will drink one, then we'll bring you 200 coconuts. So you pay, then we come and serve you. Whatever remains is yours. You see, because I brought the first container because people said if I buy a container, they will give me franchise. So I managed to import the 20-footer container. And so when people saw it in Ghana, people saw it in Ghana, they started calling. They started calling the people out there, and they would direct them to me back. But the machines were quite expensive. So
okay.
Because as like a lot of people would have bought them. But when you check the production costs, the FOB price and the duty, in fact, the duty alone, in fact, I didn't know.
But why didn't you build those machines here?
No, but you know, like I'm telling you, sometimes you have to bring them, know how they are, and then the kind of materials and all that they use. So eventually, the people actually sent me all those things.
Okay.
They use the fiberglass, and they were asking of how we can mold them and all that. And so that one too is there. It's not necessarily producing the coconut machine, but you can do other vending carts that you can do it. You see, so and the people are willing to show me how to do it. And I have when you see the WhatsApp, they've told me all the things I have to do.
Wow.
You see, so not necessarily just the coconut cart, but we can do other carts.
How do you manage your heavy duty machines?
Yeah, which one?
The heavy duty machines. How do you manage them?
Which one?
The heavy duty machines.
What machine?
The heavy duty.
The equipment.
Yes.
Well, so you have to find somebody who has a background in that, like equipment, who has worked with some of these contractors and have experience in managing those machines. But I must say, sometimes it's not easy. Nothing is easy anyway. So sometimes they break down alone. And all boils down to. So I will say that if I have money again, I will buy slightly used equipment, not
new
overused equipment.
Oh, yes. Not overused. My experience with machine
equipment. Yes, because when you buy it from Ghana here, they repaint it for you to buy. They repaint it for you to buy. When you buy, everyday problem. But so
you know the funniest thing. The funniest thing is
it's a good business.
The mechanics.
It's a good business when you have. You understand? Again, that session.
Yeah.
You realize that it's not necessarily you owning the machine. It's capital intensive.
Yes.
So you can find the machine owners, get other the end users, and take commission from the machine owner. You see, so that way you don't need capital to buy the machine before you go into machine rentals.
That's right.
You get what I mean?
Yes, my experience with the mechanics was not good.
Hey, after that one, don't go there. don't go there, Master. You see, again. If you look at it carefully, apart from Mantrack,
yes,
who trains the mechanics, and then those distributors, let's say other machines, like then we were having Volvo people here, and then them Ghana, they also supply those machines. They provide after sales, but they sell you brand new machine or slightly used machines. And that one, they have good mechanics and all that. But you must know, you must have that money to pay for that good services. It's a good services. They can give you guarantee. They can give you all that. Wow. You understand? But when you go to the local markets, they don't know what is called guarantee.
Okay.
They will tell you, I can repair this. I can repair it for you. The moment you bring a paper that let's sign something that in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, if it go bad, it will be his cause. No, they won't come back again.
That's right.
So in actual sense, these are some
okay, somebody's asking,
and you know,
somebody's asking, do you use equipment from China or India?
The cheaper tracks there, I use China.
Okay.
Therefore, the cheaper tracks, I always import them brand new myself from China.
Okay.
And they are good.
All right.
At least you can use them for the next 5 years.
The Chinese machines, the tracks, the 20 cubic.
The whole. I've been buying whole. Sinotrack.
Okay, whole. Okay.
Sinotrack.
Oh, all right. Mm.
But for the F moving equipment, you know, cats.
Cat.
Is for excavators. Cat for dozer.
Wow.
And then for backhoe, you know, JCB.
JCB. So these are machines that you buy new or refurbished?
Yes, I buy them new. The tipper track, I bought them new.
Okay.
The backhoe, I bought it new.
Wow.
But the excavators and all that there. And those Masa, we went to the market and it has not been easy. Frequent breakdowns, you see.
Are the Chinese equipment cheap?
Yes, the Chinese whole, for instance, is very cheap because I went to Germany and they are used. Tipper tracks are more expensive, far more expensive than the brand new Chinese.
The Chinese new. Wow.
Yes.
All right.
I went to Germany for the used tipper tracks, but I ended up not buying it. So I came back to buy from the Chinese, the brand new one.
All right.
Yes, but though when I show the Chinese picture, when I showed the picture to them, they couldn't believe that the Chinese could design a tipper track with maybe 20 cubic tipper track standing on only 2 axles at the back and 1 axle in front.
They couldn't believe it. The Germans,
the 20 cubic, yes. So truly, the Chinese one, for instance, you see that the rims keeps going. Yeah. The first set I bought, the main challenge I had was the rims.
Yeah.
But now I reported it to them, and I think the second set I bought was okay. You see, so in equipment business, you must know the equipment. You must get somebody who actually knows it. But you must also try and read about it, because if you rely too much on somebody, it can also be very dangerous. Because it's capital intensive. You get it? Yeah.
Okay, so now, we will have to wrap up, and I want to thank you.
All right.
For having time out of your busyness to share all this information with us. We appreciate it, and I'm sure.
Thank you.
And
thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah,
I'm that type that I don't come out like this.
You're an engineer.
Yeah. I feel I'm not successful, so
you are successful, hugely successful.
So
how many people can build a whole application website like that? How many people can build those houses that you built to sell? How many people can go to Germany to ask for machine price? You are successful.
It's not easy, eh?
Not at all.
It's just determination.
Yes. So once you have done that, you are an example to all of us, and we must be thankful and grateful that you could push yourself out of this and build businesses, and be hope all of us. And
we are hoping, to be on the right track. Though the ups and downs are there, but we're still hoping to learn from them.
Everybody is on there. Everybody is in the ups and downs. They forget what they say.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that the new guys, the young generation, they shouldn't think it's just a smooth thing to, like, it's a straightforward. Once you start, you definitely get it easy. No, sometimes just a small change in something. Maybe you may be doing food, you may be selling food every day, nice. One day, the moment you change hands, no, people will start going back. So it means that we need to always constantly improve on the quality of what we do. And that is the Japanese way of doing business. The quality, quality management. The Japanese that's what they practice. They use in Toyota cars. The Toyota people, they do that a lot. Constant quality management. So I think if we are able to also incorporate it in our businesses, I think it will be good. Maybe the time of delivery of project and other things also count a lot. So time, everything is about time. And one thing that I love about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is handling so many things, but he will deliver on time. Most of them. Very technical, highly complex things, but he will deliver them on time. So those are some of the things we can learn from people like that.
Okay.
The recent space journey, the recent last August or so, able to send 2 astronauts to the space station. The first time in 9 years. And now they are no longer going to use the Russian space shuttle. You know that as a private company, the timelines were very critical, and he was able to achieve them.
But that's a very intense. He's very intense.
Yeah.
That guy is very intense.
Yes, very, very intense.
Yes, and he has technical.
At the same time, he was working. Yes, and at the same time, he was also working on Tesla, the gigafactories in China.
And the solar.
He delivered them on time.
Yeah, and the solar company.
Such a person, we need to read about them and see their time management and practices, so that we can also change our attitudes.
He uses
one or two.
He uses first principles approach a lot. He's able to re-engineer, backtrack, go to the
yes. Everything is about first
principles. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's good to know the basis. Yeah. It's always good to know the fundamentals. That's why they say when your fundamentals are weak, you know what happens.
I will show you. Well, we will come and meet you. Anyway, so engineer, thank you very much.
They are all part of our learning.
That's right. We're very much grateful for you taking time.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you very much. And the one last thing is that we shouldn't think we are old to learn.
Okay.
We should always learn. you are too old to learn some skills.
We shouldn't think like that. So we are having some hard time with the network, but I thank my friend Francis for taking time to be with us and to share with us all his insight. He's back online. Yes, you were saying some things. Yes, sir.
Too old to learn. See the white, the stress, too much stress, you know. And we shouldn't think we are we are too old to also learn a skill.
Okay.
We can learn some skills, computer skills, technical skills for the vocational guys, carpentry, metal, and all that. We should learn because you don't know when your breakthrough and understanding of certain issues or problems may come about. So if you take people like the McDonald's and KFC and all those things, they were able to get their breakthrough when they were in their 50s and 60s years. You know? So we should always
be learning.
Yes, and one day something can happen and change. Yes.
Wow.
We shouldn't give up. Yeah.
Thank you. So we will not give up. We will learn. Yeah. We will handle the money. The risk you said we should take them, and we should keep reading.
We shouldn't die. And you should take the risk. Don't die.
That's right. We take the risk. We won't die.
No, don't die.
So thank you.
Don't let it. Thank you. Don't let it kill you.
Yes, sir. It will not kill us.
When things go bad, don't let it kill you.
You take another one. So our friend V Cooper, you also thank you very much, and thank for everybody who joined us, and we look forward to come with another topic with you somewhere along the line. Francis,
sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
So
thank you.
I am ending the broadcast. Thank you.
Thank you. And